Hello, welcome to Drumchapel St Andrew's virtual church. I hope you're well and I hope things are going okay. I appreciate things are still difficult at the moment, but thoughts with you, and thanks so much for linking in today. It is so good to connect with you. Our theme for today is smoke and mirrors. During the service, I'd invite you to pause me if you want to listen to the songs that we're doing, and for a couple of videos that we'll be using during the service. If you're watching on YouTube, then if you go underneath this video, and usually there's some other videos underneath it, if you go right down to the comment section, and the first comment section will give you all the links for the songs and videos that we're using. If you're watching it on Facebook, then we're on the post below this one, and that's all the links there. So you're absolutely welcome to link into the different bits of the service as they turn up. Thank you for being here today. And our first song is Be Still for the Presence of the Lord. If you want to pause me again now and watch our first video, which is an advert by Canadian Tire. It's called The Outsider. Sometimes it doesn't look like things are going to work out. People think you're crazy. You just know it's not going to work. Then you look from a different angle and the picture changes. Sometimes life is about trusting your intuition. And sometimes life is about making things work for you. When you step up, pictures change. In today's Bible story, Jesus is helping people to see things in a different way. When you do that, you will be amazed how you see things play out. Miracles happen when you believe. Let's do a prayer. God, I know that sometimes I just need to see things from a different angle. And when I do, it makes all the difference in the world. Amen. And if you want to pause me again, our next song is Roar. Please make yourself a part of our prayer. God, I find silence, stillness, quietness alien. I am used to noise, activity, busyness. But I know that it's in the quiet moments that I see things more clearly, that my intuition is sharper, that my choices are better. I know that my own understanding and sense of well-being are often drowned out by other voices and demands. In this moment, I choose stillness. As I do, I find that peace becomes the basis for all that goes on in my life. Peace informs my life choices and my everyday choices. Instead of reacting immediately, I will step back. I will allow myself a moment to take a breath. I will allow myself to take time to see more clearly, not to be rushed into hasty decisions. In this moment, I affirm myself. I love it when other people affirm me, but I recognize that even more powerful is when I affirm myself. I know that when I believe, I see more of my true self. I achieve more. I am kinder. Today, in silence, I share the thoughts of my mind. My fears, my hopes, my dreams. I am connected with others, and I value those connections. A thought for all in my mind and in my heart at this time. Ahead of me lie doors leading to new adventures. Today I will be brave, strong, and wise. I know that I am braver than I believe, stronger than I seem, and smarter than I think. Today I will live in the light of that knowledge. Amen. Our Bible story is from the book of Matthew, chapter 22, reading from verse 15 through 22. The Pharisees went off and made a plan to trap Jesus with questions. Then they sent to him some of their disciples and some members of Herod's party. "Teacher," they said, "we know that you tell the truth. You teach the truth about God's will for people without worrying about what others think, because you pay no attention to anyone's status. Tell us then, what do you think? Is it against our law to pay taxes to the Roman emperor or not?" Jesus, however, was aware of their plan. And so he said, "You hypocrites, why are you trying to trap me? Show me the coin for paying the tax." They brought him the coin, and he asked them, "Whose face and name are these?" "Caesar's," they answered. So Jesus said to them, "Well then, pay to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and pay to God what belongs to God." when they heard this, they were amazed, and they left him and went away. And if you want to pause me now, our next song is Love, Peace and Wisdom. I love magic. The magic I do is just simple magic, but sometimes it can look so spectacular. Magic is fascinating, whatever age you are. And I was interested in the final of Britain's Got Talent last week. There were so many magic acts. Maybe a sense that people are looking for a bit of magic in their lives. The secret of magic, usually, is that the trick happens at a time you are not expecting it. Today's story is sort of like word magic. The phrase, give to Caesar what is Caesar's, is still used today. It's fabulously clever, which disguises the fact that actually it isn't an answer at all. It doesn't really tell you anything except to work it out for yourself. Sometimes the sayings that seem to mean most to you are just telling you it's down to you. What's for you won't go by you. When you think about it, that has to be true. The Pharisees are trying to catch Jesus out. He's already on it. The first lesson of this story is don't let anyone else set your agenda. I got a bizarre phone call during the week. This guy says, "Is that Betty?" I said, "No, you've got the wrong number." He said, "Who am I talking to?" You don't need to know that. All you need to know is that I'm not Betty. Don't let anyone else take you where you don't want to go. You can always be open to new ideas, to new opportunities. You can always be kind. But you don't need to collude with anyone. Jesus never allowed anyone else to define him. Faith is not an instruction manual. It doesn't tell you what choices you have to make. It equips you to make good choices. Please pause me for a moment and watch a video. It's from the life of Brian. Love that clip. And its message is the same as this story. Today's story gives an insight into faith. It's not about answers. It's about journey, growth, choices. This is where you discover where you need to be. I was having a conversation with someone. He said, "I think religion is a human construct." He was expecting me to disagree. I said, "I think you're absolutely right. Everything in our world is a human construct." That's what today's story is about. There is no blueprint for the choices you have to make. Only resources to help you to make them well. I was buying some clothes online. The website offered next day delivery. Yay, great! But it had an asterisk, and underneath it said, next day delivery does not mean next day delivery. Why is it there? If it doesn't mean next day delivery, think about a different way of saying it. Give to Caesar what is Caesar's doesn't tell you what to do. It doesn't tell you what's God's stuff and what's not God's stuff. Because I don't think Jesus ever made that distinction. For Jesus, faith touches everything. It is part of your life journey. It doesn't switch on and off. Faith is not a set of rules. It's a way of living. Every plane has an inertial guidance system. The inertial guidance system makes sure that the plane comes back onto course. Because throughout a plane's journey, what it does is it edges off course, and then the inertial guidance system brings it back again. If you were to track a plane's journey, you would see its true path as a straight line, but its actual path as a series of zigzags as it edges off course and the inertial guidance brings it back to course again. And the zigzags would cross its true path all the way till it arrives safely at its destination. On any plane journey, the plane is off course 90% of its journey, but still it arrives where it needs to be. In season 6 of Dexter, Dexter's looking to send his son Harrison to preschool, and he's having an interview with the head teacher. The head teacher says, "We want to give enough structure so they feel safe, enough freedom so they feel challenged." A few years ago, I was at Greenbelt, big Christian arts and music festival. I went to a silent disco, obviously before I realised that I was too old to be at a disco of any sort. But with a silent disco, it doesn't matter. You put on headphones and you dance to your own playlist. It is a totally surreal experience. In a huge tent with loads of other people, but having no interaction with them whatsoever. I don't live in an unconnected world. There are choices to be made. Those choices impact on me, but not only on me. They impact on the people around me. I need to know what is life-giving and what is life-draining. Today's story is about choices and connections. In the movie Cloud Atlas, Sonmi 451 says, "Our lives are not our own. From womb to tomb, we are bound to others, past and present, and by each crime and every kindness, we birth our future." please pause me for a moment and watch our next video, which is from Just for Laughs. Today's story flags that you make your own choices, that your choices impact not just on you, but on others, and that your inertial guidance system will help you not always to get things right, but always to get to where you need to be. In the movie Frozen 2, Matthias says, "Be prepared. Just when you think you found your way, life will throw you onto a new path." Let's do a prayer. God, I sort of feel like today's story is an illusion. I go into it anticipating an answer, and instead I find a journey. I recognise that Jesus' clever answer is way more than just a clever answer. It makes me look at what gives me security and what challenges me, and to recognise that both are required on my life journey. And so instead of an illusion, I see something magical. Amen. To invite you just for a moment to share a moment for reflection. The bit of music we're going to listen to is called Life by Inertial. Thanks so much for checking in today. It has been lovely to connect with you. Our last song is "The Day Thou Gavest, Lord, is Ended." And I've also linked in our closing blessing. May God's blessing surround you today. I hope you have a really good week ahead. Take care.